Yo, what's going on, people? Big 3 back with another one. Before I go in on my favorite sports personality on ESPN, I would like y'all to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. So, Malika Andrews is at it again. This time for not going in on an NBA player that's not her black counterpart. Namely, Josh Giddey, who became very giddy when it comes to dodging questions pertaining to him having relations with an underage girl. Now, I'm going to do a little rundown on a number of black coaches and athletes that Malika Andrews went after. Starting with Ime Udoka when he had unauthorized relations with a female Boston Celtics employee. Consensual as fuck, by the way. In fact, I'll play the clip with her and Stephen A. Smith. I appreciated Stephen A. Smith putting her in her place. He should have also just told her to put her dick up in a roundabout way. Let's roll.
Respect. This is not about pointing the finger. Stop. What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all of the information here, and it was frustrating to me that the Celtics declined to elaborate or to give more specifics about what exactly the rule breaking was that led us to this point. So that, I just want to get that out of the way first. But to answer your question, Molly, I think what stood out to me, I think what stood out to me is that Brad Stevens, he was upset. That's what stood out to me about what he termed rampant Twitter BS is the word that he used, that women were unfairly dragged into this within the Celtics organization. You could see that Brad Stevens was visibly upset about this, and I also found that to be gross and unnecessary, that folks were bringing in the names and the images of women that is just not a fact. It was purely speculation. And so to me, that is what stood out. But the Celtics as an organization could have done more, and short of doing more ahead of this yesterday, they could have owned that responsibility in this press conference. I understand that there were legal parameters that they had to operate within for everybody involved, and I appreciate the fact that they brought in outside counsel and did a thorough organization, and I think that that is something that was clearly necessary in this situation. But the fact that it was able to go on all day, the fact that we are sitting here debating whether somebody else should have been suspended or not, we are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
First of all, let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves, the fact of the matter is, I've said he deserved to be fired if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized. The point that I'm trying to make is just like you're not mentioning.
Excuse me,
I listened to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. It ain't happening.
Next on our selected bias agenda is Adrian Payne. Good first name, by the way. Let's roll that one.
Shifting gears. Former Michigan State star Adrian Payne was shot and killed in Orlando, Florida, early Monday morning, the Orange County Sheriff's Office said. And Payne was the 15th pick by the Atlanta Hawks in 2014. Played 4 seasons in the NBA with multiple teams. In 2018, he was waived by the Magic after he was named in a report by ESPN's Outside the Lines that he'd been involved in an alleged sexual assault at Michigan State in 2010. No charges were filed in that case. Prior to playing in the NBA, Payne was a member of the All Big Ten second team in 2 of his 4 seasons with Michigan State. So Draymond Green, who was Payne's teammate for 2 seasons in Michigan, tweeted this. You can see the broken heart emojis on Monday. Payne was 31 years old. NBA Today. We'll be right back.
And last but not least, Brandon Miller, when they're doing the 2023 NBA draft coverage. Keep in mind, Brandon Miller may have been involved, but he didn't get charged with anything or serve any jail time. But you have to feel the need to besmirch the guy's name nonetheless.
Indicted for capital murder in the fatal shooting of 23-year-old Jamia Harris in January. The University of Alabama has described Miller as a cooperating witness. How is this factoring, if at all?
Now, she be taking some from all angles for not addressing the Josh Giddey situation. You got Des Bryant going in on her, then Kwame Brown getting his licks in. I'll just play the audio this time.
Who's none of those got nasty, evil, crow-looking hoes that always there with a mic in their mouth to talk about a black man because they got them white boys in their mouth. Oops, did I say that? That's always got a mic when it's time to talk about a black man. Malika Andrews and the rest of you got that crow-looking motherfuckers that always get up there and talk about black men. How come y'all don't never say nothing when it's a white man? Goddamn, just know your place, don't you? I got no respect for Malika Andrews. If it was a black man, she'd be the first one on TV talking about it. She'll be the first one acting like she outraged. Which black man hurt you in high school, lady? Which one of them got some of that guy nookie and left your dumb ass alone? Because you got a problem with black men. You don't keep the same energy. She ain't going to say nothing about this story. None of them.
Keep in mind, it was the public that got ESPN to instruct Malika Andrews to finally address the Josh Giddey situation. She half-assed it, though.
It surfaced late last week. The league is looking into allegations that Thunder guard Josh Giddey had an improper relationship with an underage girl. In a since-deleted post, an anonymous social media user claimed a girl who was seen with Giddey in videos and images, some of which include explicit captions, was a junior in high school at the time. Giddey, who is 21, he declined to comment on Friday, and despite the serious allegations, Giddey is yet to miss a game this season, and Thunder coach Mark Daigneault, he said he will continue to be in the lineup, saying, quote, "Just with the information we have at this point, that is the decision we've made. It's obviously a league matter at this point, and the ball is in their court on that." Now, a league spokesperson told me this morning that the NBA is still in the process of gathering information, and we will continue to update this story as the news develops. NBA Today will be back.
Okay. No vim and vigor from her to Josh Giddey having relations with an underage girl. Not 1 ounce of feminist talk that she used against the very black athletes she covered nonstop towards Giddey whatsoever. Why is she ESPN's golden shot again? And you wonder why ESPN programming is declining in ratings. Everybody finally waking up and seeing right through their BS. Man, I'm out of here. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe.